Hey everybody, welcome to our June Team Rise call, and super excited about the things we get to talk about today. And I'm just going to tell you what we're going to talk about first. We had an awesome month in terms of adding customers and hi Suzanne, and adding customers and team. And we're going to tell you a little bit about how, a lot of us contributed to that. There were 22 people who added at least one customer this month in this team. And so a lot of people contributed to that, but the leaders for sure in both team building and customer acquisition were Ashley and Carrie, that we really use those calls, the Jennifer Saville style call. So we're going to talk a little bit about those calls and the inviting to those calls and how they worked out for us, for those of us that had people on there. So we'll talk about that. Want to talk about the Add More Good campaign that's going to be going on June, July, August, and September. We have a 4-month window that we can talk to people about that. And then we're going to be talking also about the next conference and what's going on with that. Okay, so welcome everybody. It's really good to see your faces. And I am going to, Ashley, you're the first person that I'm going to call on, and then I'll call on Carrie too, because Ashley always adds lots of customers because she's out there doing the deal. But this month, she added 4 new team members, and that's a lot in 1 month, right? And so I know that the events we're doing played a part in that, and I just wanted to share with you what the event felt like to you, how you invited people, how it was different from things that we've tried in the past, especially in that invitation process, because that was totally a new one for us. And I think that'll be helpful to all of you. So just unmute yourself and share how that helped you.
Awesome. Well, first of all, it's so good to see all your beautiful faces. I love Zoom. I'm now in Las Vegas for the month, but I love that we can still all be together on here. I do have a swimsuit cover on, so you're like, what is she doing? Going to Vegas, coming to the call. It is hot here, though.
It is hot.
Yeah, so it was an exciting month. The month before, we had our leadership conference on, obviously we couldn't go live because of everything that has been happening, but it was taped and ready for us to go view it live. And so one of the things they covered was a way to do a live event or a Zoom event, same way, but you're mixing in the business and the product. And for so many years when I first started, we would be heavy on the product, because that's always the most comfortable to share. But this time we mixed them both together, and it just felt so natural. It felt so easy. I mean, the thing that I keep reminding myself is people are praying every day. Like the number one prayers, especially through COVID, is health and extra finances. I mean, I don't know anyone that would say, oh, we're perfect in those areas, we're good. And so people it is on their radar. So just to take advantage of opening the conversation. And I always go back to the line that I heard one in MD share, which is a national marketing director. She said, I have to tell people because I always think, what if no one ever shared with me? Or what if a friend one day looked at me and said, you knew about this and you never shared with me? And so that just keeps the fire going of like, we don't have any control over whether to say yes or no, but we can open up our mouth and share this gift. If you view it as a gift, it's so much easier to share. So the verbiage, we can send it to you guys if you want. So easy. Just, hey, you came to my mind. I love this phrase. It said, just like me, I know you're trying to do the very best for your family. You know, that just puts everybody in the same place. Just like, yeah, we're trying to do the best thing for our family. You know, I have no idea if you'd be interested. I'd love for you to come check out what me and my friends are up to. I had such a good response to that because, like I said, people are looking for this, and it's such a non-scary, I guess, invitation. And you don't go into too much detail, but you just let them know this has helped our family's health so much. And it's a 30-minute presentation on Zoom. and the stories are powerful, and we show a short video, and then follow up really is the key. And I followed up with people. I think going back to what Lenora said, like we're farmers, we're not hunters. So, you know, I've been in June marks 7 years for me in this company of just sharing and sharing and sharing. And I've had people come back that I've talked to about it for 4 years, 3 years, 2 years. So I think it felt different because the invitation was just so breezy and beautiful and putting us on the same playing field. And I think people really felt cared about when we invited them. And then I loved that we talked about both product and business. And then my follow-up conversations were really great. So, oh, one last thing is we do about 4 or 5 a month. So I would send 2 to 3 dates in my invitation. I would say, would you be able to join me Saturday at 10 a.m. or Friday at 7 p.m.? So a lot of times I had people that would have not come to one event the whole 7 years of me inviting them come to an event because they would say, well, I can't do Friday, but I can do Saturday. So it kind of gets them thinking like, or I even did I did 3 dates for a friend and she was like, oh, I could do the Saturday date. So that was different too.
Yeah, I actually sent the little flyer that had all the dates on it so that they could look at it. And we didn't have a flyer for each event, so it didn't feel like, oh, I already know what that's about, I'm not going to come. It just had Health and Hope, Zoom series, and the dates, and then the verbiage, and all of that is posted on the Team Rise Facebook page. So I'm actually going to repost that. If you just watch for it, I'll do that in the next day or so. Because we had to shorten the presentation. Jennifer uses like 4 or 5 videos, and it was, we left out the last video the first time we did it, and we were already at 45 minutes. So we're doing it a little bit shorter. It's kind of a combo between what we do on Take Healthy Back call, and we're sharing the product video at the beginning and the come join us video at the end. And it has been the most natural conversation business-wise that I've ever participated in, because it always feels a little bit, like we're forcing it somehow. This does not. So, Carrie, if you're with us, we might have lost her.
Yeah, I don't think she's on here.
So I'll have to brag on Carrie. Ashley had Carrie as a lead from the company as a customer over a year ago, right? Yeah. And Carrie was actually thinking about not continuing with the product because of everything that was affected financially through COVID. And Ashley just was brave and shared the business with her. And she used these calls. Actually, when Ashley and I first started talking about it, was to help Carrie and her team, like Teresa that's on here. There are a total of 5 people added in that group since the April Blitz. And they added a ton of customers. Carrie made QSC in her 30-day window, and she used these calls and had people on there, and it was like everybody was interested after she hung up with them. That doesn't mean all of them are going to become, pursue the business, but we made it attractive enough that they were interested in talking to her about it. And so how many of you think that would be great if you could have yeah, you can have an event that feels natural. So the invitation, like Ashley said, if you will stick to that and share the dates and don't get into a lot of specifics, just, I'd love for you to hear my friends' stories and just see what I'm up to. That's what it's all about, is to come hear what you're up to. And for a lot of people, it's going to make sense. So Ashley added 4 distributors. Like we said, Carrie, her team. Teresa, I think you added 2 distributors. Did you add 1 or 2?
She had a 1.
Oh, she had 1. Okay, so it was Tina that added 2. Yeah. Anyway, it was an awesome month. I would just tell you that in my 25 years with the company, and this isn't, of course, just with this team, but my entire team, it's the best month that I've ever had. It's like, what? I'm just starting to get, my mind is starting to get boggled at what's going on. But anyway, Tower Gardens are a thing too. And my distributor in Canada, a cousin that was on my wish list for somebody to talk to for a long time because she's into health and is an athlete and is a sports physical therapist, all of that. And it was Tower Garden. Who knew when we did that Tower Garden event? So she made Partner Plus. She's working on her QSC. She just started this month, so she didn't get to take advantage of the Blitz. But anyway, just wanted to share with you because I think sometimes we just kind of get stuck in the way we do things. Mix it up a little. Take a chance. Invite somebody that's been on your wish list or you're on your chicken list and see if we can't help you get them interested in what we're doing. So,
can I share something really quick?
Absolutely.
There were a few friends that I hadn't talked to in over like 10 to 12 years. Carrie, you're back. There are a few friends I hadn't talked to in like 10 or 12 years. And I still felt a little uncomfortable just to send a text, even though it would have been fine. So I actually videoed myself checking in with them and just inviting them over video. And I had a great response that way too, because I wanted them to hear my tone, see my expression, hear absolutely no pressure. I would just love for you to come to see what we're up to. And they really appreciated that. So if you're feeling even like, gosh, I haven't talked to this person in so long, and I feel like a text would still just kind of be too, I don't know, right. It would just feel off. Yeah. Then I know that might feel a little scary, but people really appreciate that you would take the time and send them a short video inviting them. So I had really good luck with that too.
That's awesome. So Carrie, we were sharing your story because we thought we lost you. So I was telling them, oh yeah, you have to unmute yourself. Here, I can unmute you because you're driving and we do not want your hands off of the, there we go. So anyway, I was telling them about your 5 team members, and I know Teresa made it to Partner Plus. We had 3 Partner Pluses and a QSC. Carrie was the QSC, and Teresa was Partner Plus, and also Jane Hamilton, right? That's one of yours, right, Ashley?
Yeah, Jamie.
And I was thinking there was 3, but there was 2. Oh no, my third one, Jessie Morris, that is in Canada. So anyway, was that easy enough for you in doing the inviting to the calls that we were doing too? Did you find that easy?
Yeah, it's easy when you're in your close group knit friends. I think once you have to travel beyond that circle, but I was just hearing Ashley's video message. That's a good suggestion, because contacting people you have not talked to in a while may seem a little awkward, but I think she was right if you just approach it like, have a great health thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and Ashley, I'd love for you if you could post your little video, maybe either on our Voxer chat or, just give us a sample, or on the Facebook page, either one, wherever that works for you. That would be good. Okay, so let's talk about hi Micah. Let's talk about the Add More Good. I'm gonna share my screen. I pulled that up, and so that we could look at it together. Yep, and it's not there. I just absolutely love this computer. I seem to have more Zoom problems with it than any other time. So just one second.
It did pop up there for a sec.
It did?
Yeah.
It didn't on my screen. That's so weird. Okay, yeah, it wasn't there on mine. So let me try this one more time.
I'm going to mute Carrie for her since she's driving.
There it is. Okay. So let me mute. All right, here we go. So the Add More Good, and this is on Juice Plus Insights. You guys should have received this in your mailbox too, but I'd love for you to read through it. The most important thing that makes this different from other orders it's a wonderful opportunity. Really, they're paying less than the freight would cost for it. They're making a $5 contribution for the freight, but they get to try a full 15-month pouch of either vanilla or the chocolate complete when they sign up as a new family health study participant. Okay, so the only exception to new is if you have a customer maybe whose child wasn't old enough to be in the family health study, and you create a new order for an existing customer that is now a family health study, then that would be the only time. But I would just encourage you to read through. There's all kinds of support materials that are going to help you do this. But the frequently asked questions, I wanted to go through and just make sure everybody was clear on. And while this is pulling up, I just want to tell you that we do have June dates for that same event that I was talking about that starts this Thursday evening. And what time is it, Ashley? That I know we've got it posted on our Voxer chat, but
I think it's either 7 or 8. Sorry,
yeah,
I don't have it in front of me.
maybe you could pull that up while we're looking. So this is through June through September 3rd, June 1st through September 30th. It's our US and Canada customers only. Okay, so this is where it's different. You know how we can send somebody a link and they can order their own product? This one you have to do yourself. They just did not have the way to set it up where the customer portal would have the option for adding the complete, but it is in there in our virtual office. So if you're not used to using the virtual office to place an order, make sure you get with your sponsor and they'll show you how to do it. But you'll have the option there to indicate that the customer wants the complete with their order. Okay. Anybody have questions on that? It does have to be done through the virtual office. They can't go online and do it for themselves. Okay. Can an existing family health study have the option to add on the complete? No. And I know that might feel like, oh, I wish they could try it too. Maybe we can do some kind of a contest on our customer page where they have a chance to win something, but this is for new customers. It's to help you grow your business. Okay, can my existing customer take advantage of the complete add-on limited time offer? A Tower Garden or capsule, chewable, or complete customer can participate by placing a new order. So it would be that that it has to be a new order. So Janet clarified that on a call today. And okay, can more than one adult in the same household participate? Absolutely, yes. If a mom and dad do it, they can both get, so one could get chocolate, one could get vanilla. Okay, they can they choose which flavor they want, so be sure and ask them. And I love this. What I love about this is so often people are interested in our shred, but they're trying to keep things affordable. And so this would really allow them to do the shred with us. Anytime, if you get somebody as a customer in June, invite them to the customer page, add them to our customer page, and we're doing it directly on there now, our shreds. And it adds more value for everybody else, even if they're not doing the shred. And it also lets them know what the shred is all about. So, okay, the pouch has to be shipped to the same address as the product. Pretty self-explanatory. Okay, is the new family health study required to participate? Absolutely not. It's totally optional. You can read through the rest of these, but the ones that I was most concerned about is, you understand, it has to be done through the virtual office and it has to be a new customer. Any questions on that? Just unmute yourself if you have one.
I was going to say, I just placed one June 1st, and it's cool because when you go in and you put the child's name, first name, last name, birthday, and you go to the next page, it already has the shakes bundled with the options. So I was wondering how they were going to do it, but they did it really good.
Yeah. And if they could have gotten that all done in time for the portal, I think making a change like that when it's only for 4 months, they just didn't. want to do that. So I know that's a little inconvenient, but I know we can do it. Okay, so that gives us great opportunities to go back to people that have been interested in the past and just letting them know we've got this special program going on, which is really what we did with the Blitz. And I know that from the success of the Blitz that there will be other things coming down the pike, just to make it easier for us to talk to people. And I will tell you that the ease in talking to people comes with only one thing, and that's practice. The more you do it, the easier it gets. And the comfort zone is completely overrated. You don't really accomplish a whole lot in life if you're stuck on staying there. And I spend most of my life outside the comfort zone. And I think that, from a spiritual place, I really believe that that's where God wants us, all the time, just being a little bit bold and not pushy, because we care about people. That's why we share anything that we think is valuable in our lives. So, okay. The last thing that I wanted to mention, and I kind of wanted to create a plan for this with you guys, if you'd be game. The company has come to a decision, and it's going to come out in Juice Plus Insights, that we are not going to have any gatherings with large numbers of people in 2020, just because of things not being cleared up and them needing to make decisions now for what was going to impact us in October. So Indiana is not going to take place. I was so bummed when I heard it, but then I thought, you know what? So many people had these incredible team bonding experiences with how they did the last conference, and I just didn't think about it until they were in the middle of doing it. So what they did, they jumped on Zoom. They somehow were also streaming live on Facebook, and they were watching the event together. And after each session, they spent time talking about it, right? And what can we do with this information? And so they had lunch together, did all that stuff. I did not think of any of that. I mean, I guess it was just such a novel concept about experiencing conference in that way. So there's no reason we can't have the same bonding experience. And if this quarantine has taught me one thing, is the Oregon team and the Las Vegas team can do a whole lot more together than we have in the past, and it's been very successful for us so far. And Carrie is heading out, moving to Arkansas, and so it'll be the Arkansas and Oregon, and we have distributors in California and Canada and everywhere else in my open volume too. So anyway, we will have a plan and do something great during it. And if you guys, does anybody have any thoughts right off the bat on, or if you heard how anybody else did it? I'm going to unmute. Well, you unmute yourself if you want to say something.
Well, I was just wondering if it's still going to be the same dates.
I'm not 100% sure. My guess is they will stick with those dates because now they have the time to plan for that. They said, we had to pull something together so fast to do something in the spring. We're going to have all these months, and it will be spectacular. And the other thing that they're doing, because they're not doing the summer tour of the the city tours. What do they call them?
Yeah,
Yeah. So anyway, they're not doing those, but they are going to do Zoom events very much like what they've done in the cities. So there will be one June, July, and August. And I would be remiss if I didn't share with you that there's going to be a summer sizzle just for the Heat organization with all kinds of speakers. And I'll post this on the Facebook page and on the Voxer chat. It's a week from Saturday. So the date, I should know that it's our day that we normally do our Take Healthy Back call, but it's that Saturday morning. And so I just encourage all of you to come. You get to see the bigger Heat team and hear some great speakers, get a lot of inspiration at the same time. So we're still on the Zoom event bandwagon because, gathering together is still a taboo in most places. So.
I did want to say I just posted on our Voxer. This Thursday is at 7 p.m. Pacific. All of our calls are Pacific. So I think in 2 Saturdays it's at 10 a.m. to try to give friends that are, later time zones. But I would encourage you guys to invite to this because you never know. And giving them a few options. We will post the verbiage again. I'll post my video. I may have deleted it, but I'll do a new one, just like a mock one to
Do
invite
people
friends,
delete things off of their texts?
off their text. Oh, I guess I could go and pull it from their message if it's still
No, I
there.
was gonna say I don't think I've ever deleted a text message. So.
Oh, like I filmed myself first.
Oh,
And
okay.
I deleted the video.
Okay, I
But
gotcha.
yeah, you can video right from there. But I just wanted to I wanted to practice
Yeah,
and then
I
delete
hear
it
ya.
if I needed to. Yeah, so I would say that has been really a game changer, these calls and having so many of them that you can, if it doesn't work out, then this one might work out.
Yeah.
And then again, having so many, like for Carrie, she came, or you had already kind of done it, but it gives you a chance to invite as your team grows.
Yeah.
As you get new team or new customers, then invite them to check it out. And I even went through my customer base and people that have never been on a call or have maybe been taking the product for 5 years. I invited them, and 2 of those people became team members because they wanted to share with their friends. So, yeah, I would
You
just
never
really
know.
encourage you guys
Yeah.
to take advantage.
Hey, you guys, thanks for tuning in today. And we'll post all the things that we talked about on our Facebook page and on Voxer. And especially these calls that we're doing, it's one a week. So we've got one every week of June. Do we have 5 on the books? Are there 5 weeks in June? I think there are. I think so. Yeah. So we've got one on the books every week this month. So, we've got the program with the complete. Just invite people to come hear about it. And we'll make sure we mention that in our conversation this month. Okay. So they can come learn about it, and they'll learn everything about the company behind the product and our whole mission. So it's a fun call. I think you'll enjoy it. Anybody have any questions or anything else for the good of the order?
We're fine.
Oh, that's Micah.
We're fine. I was like, what do you say? It's good to see you,
All
Suzanne,
right.
Francie,
guys.
Chloe, and
Good
Kirsten.
to see all of you.
Hi, Francie. Hi.
Take care. I wish we could find the perfect time to get everybody on, but it doesn't seem to work. There doesn't seem to be a perfect time. So anyway,
Thanks for
they can
joining.
always watch the recording. You guys have a great day.
You too. Thank you, Lenora.